school. Also, in Livonia, young man brought to school, Southfield. What it is that the danger in reporting these cases is that you get copycats. And these are people who said, you know what, look at all the attention that they're getting. Or maybe they're being bullied. Or maybe, they want attention. And now they're bringing guns to school. And it is really making an unsafe environment. Oxford recently implemented clear backpacks. Listen, how does a clear backpack detect if a gun is on you? You need metal detectors. The metal detectors will detect metal. So if I got a clear backpack, but I have the gun in my chest area, and maybe I got some shorts on, and I got maybe some pants on top of my shorts, and I have them on my body. How do you detect a metal detector? How do you detect a gun with a clear backpack if it's on your body? But the problem with these school systems, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, we don't want to be we don't want to be like Detroit. We don't want to be like Detroit. We don't want to have metal detectors. We don't want our children to feel that they in jail. And the alternative is that those students can be killed, okay, or seriously injured. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Detroit realized a long time ago there are going to be issues primarily with gangs and different things like that. That was their issues. And they brought them to school. And what they said, now we're going to have the metal detectors. Southfield, Oxford, many of these smaller cities need to implement the same thing. It is not attractive, but it's work. You have to have it. How many of you all remember back in the day when you could just walk through before 9/11 and you could just walk in, you didn't have metal detectors? They don't play that. That one incident, even though it happened in New York, okay, it affected the way that we travel throughout this country. So Pennsylvania didn't say, well, that just happened in New York. We different, so we're not going to have metal detectors. Everybody has them. And it was implemented by the Federal Aviation Department as something that was necessary to have in light of what occurred. We need to do that as well. We need to be able to say, listen, I understand it's not attractive. It's not, but it's necessary. And we need to protect our students. But these, in my opinion, many of these superintendents and principals are unwilling to push the envelope. We don't want to have the discussion. We don't want to talk about the elephant in the room. And then when something happens and a life is lost, a life is taken because of gun violence, or someone is shot and seriously injured, then we want to no, it's his fault. No, it's her fault. No, it's his fault. No, you know what the issue is. Guns are too accessible to children, period. Okay? Oxford mom, Southfield, different people, they're too accessible. You put metal detectors in those schools and make those children walk through them. And I don't care how unattractive they are, they'll save lives. But what you got to realize is safety is paramount than aesthetics. Yes, they have beautiful schools in these suburban areas, beautiful campuses. They're campuses. But in order to protect these children who can get guns, you want to say, well, that's an urban issue. A Detroit has that, but that's urban. No, that's everywhere, because guns are too easy to get. Young people getting guns left and right. They're getting them in Southfield. They're getting them in Oxford. They're getting them everywhere, okay? And, albeit I do think that these Oxford parents should bear more responsibility. What about the mom or dad who has a gun legitimately for safety, and a child looking around and knowing where the gun is, and when the mom or dad has to go to work, the child then go climb up in the attic where the gun is in the lockbox, take it out, put it on them so they can see like the big man or woman. If you have, how do we prevent that? Putting metal detectors. Putting metal detectors in them schools. So at least one thing, they ain't coming in them schools with them, wanding them. Yep, like we need to wand you, make sure that you're good, okay? And that's what we need to do. But we need to have this conversation. And God forbid that more children are lost. I mean, wasn't enough that many years ago we lost children to Columbine? Wasn't that a wake-up call? But what we wanted to do to say, well, you know, that's not our school district and it's not our system. Guns are everywhere. Guns are like drugs. You can get them anywhere. And the fact that they're readily accessible, children are being bullied, children have mental illness, children just want to be bad, children just want to look like they you know, that guy or that girl. They need to have metal detectors. We have to have it. And I just wish that more parents would be honest about it. You know, it used to be like, didn't nobody want to talk about having sex? You know, it's taboo. Don't talk about having sex with young kids. And then left and right, young people just got pregnant, having abortions, doing all this. And what do? We started seeing Planned Parenthood targeting young people to say, we have condoms and contraceptives available so that you don't have a child or get pregnant at a young age. We need to have that conversation about these guns in these schools. It's not going to go away. I wish that it would, but it's not. And until we decide that safety is more important than aesthetic, unfortunately, more things can happen. And thank God for these cities that had police that went into action. But guess what? One life lost is too much. We'll be back.